25, there's the Dome in downtown New Orleans.
This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
That's to Thomas, who makes a nice catch.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A 1st down throw for Prescott.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year, and it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big
touchdown. Irv Smith Jr., his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Seven, our score after one. They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Colby Parkinson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here, getting 3 points at the end of this drive.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
It's now 3rd down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. Finding room to the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Colby Parkinson, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Pollard to return from the end zone. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives for the